What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to Live Lessons with Ace. This is the series where I play live, and I try to share tips and advice focusing on a particular aspect of the game, or a particular area of the game. In today's episode, what we're going to be focusing on is Tactical Team Deathmatch. This is a game mode I've really been getting into a lot lately. I don't play it all the time, but I always mix it in with my regular play session, and I'm really enjoying myself with this game mode. So I wanted to share some tips and advice that are a little bit more specific to this mode. Let's get into it. Alright guys, here we go. We got into a game on Terminal here. And the main focus here at the beginning is just going to be your loadout selection. I'm going to be using the R3K counterbalance. The reason I use counterbalance, it gives you stability. Your burst is just a little tighter together. And in this game mode, it's all about hitting your first burst. There rarely is time for a second burst. And I would take accuracy over speed any day, so that's why I choose this over the spearhead. Also, just in general with this mode, there are a few guns that are clear winners. And it's one of my complaints with this mode, is the weapon balance isn't as good as it could be, I feel. So, the NV4, the R3K, and the M1 are the three most dominant guns in this game mode, by far. They stand out so much in this game mode. Unfortunately, we couldn't pick him off on our first one. This isn't a route I normally would take, but whatever. We'll make it work, hopefully. If my teammate manages to kill this dude. I don't know. I don't know where he was. This is definitely not where I normally want to be. Alright, let's try and get over into this area here and see what we can make happen. So yeah, we're going to use the R3K. I was going to use the NV4, but I don't want to use what everybody uses, essentially, in this mode. I know a lot of people use the R3K as well. I did want to use one of the more dominant guns, but not necessarily that one. Wow, off to a bad start. But, like I've said before, and I'll say this again here, don't let bad starts get to you. I'm not concerned. I'm not too concerned that I started on a 2-death streak. It's whatever. It's no big deal. It has no relevance to the outcome of this game at the end. And we'll see how I end up doing at the end of this. I feel like I'm going to turn this around. Everything's going to be just fine. So don't let it get to you at the beginning. Just getting warmed up here anyways. My first game of the day. So yeah, we got this. Well, first full game of the day. I got into a game a little bit late last time. All right, so that's a situation we don't want to challenge here. Keyword, or key thing with this is tactical, so it's okay to play it slow a little bit, and you'll also notice out of my attachments, I didn't mention this when I was mentioning loadouts. Oh god, I'm using stock on here. Okay, this is where we're gonna have to try and use this to gain an advantage. I had to, I was trapped in the corner there. I'm using stock on this, so you'll notice a lot of time I'll be pre-aiming and I'll just kind of strafe back and forth. Make sure you're utilizing strafing in your gunfights, and maybe you'll be able to come out on top there. Oh man, he's just chilling under the plane there. Well, not plane, I guess it's a shuttle? Where'd he go? Oh yeah, you might be wondering why I broke the glass there. Also, just a little quick tip. If you're using an energy weapon, your first couple shots have to actually be used to break the glass. They don't penetrate at all. So if I were to see a guy through there and he had a ballistic weapon, his shots would go right through that glass without losing any bullet damage, whereas my first couple shots would hit the glass and wouldn't do any damage to him. So I was planning on jumping on that menu, but I think they're going to be waiting for me there, so I'm going to heal up, just play it slow here, see if they end up coming around this corner. Now I'm going to hop up. I don't know how my teammates didn't have that area locked down. I didn't realize that we weren't even over there. But apparently that's the case, and that's why we use the counterbalance. If I would have had the spearhead on that last gunfight, it wouldn't have been a one-burst kill. I would have needed a second burst to get the kill on him. Alright, there's a dude up in this plane, just killed my teammate. Hopefully my back doesn't get shot. Alright, here we go. What else was I going to mention? Okay, the slide jump. You'll notice getting around the map faster. You'll notice I'm doing my slide jump just like I would in any regular mode. It still works just as effective, actually more effectively in this mode because everything else is kind of slowed down. This brings you back up to that level. I got a little bit lucky there. He was in the middle of pulling his claw out. I should be safe in here. Oh, no, not safe from this. Uh-oh. Alright, we're in a rough situation here. I'm just healing up. It is Tactical Team Deathmatch. You can't be as aggressive. You can't rely on that the boosting and stuff to get you out of sticky situations. So you got to make sure you don't get into the sticky situations in the first place. It might look campy, it might look slow, but hey, it's tactical. We're playing Tactical Team Deathmatch, and it's how you got to play if you want to be super successful in this mode on a consistent basis. I'm not saying you can't get away with rushing sometimes. It's just not going to be the most consistent strategy for success. Who just shot you? I don't even know who just shot him. Woo! Okay, this is also a gold mine for headshots, this game mode. If you pop a Faraday slug on any one of the guns and you're actively aiming for the head, it suddenly makes every gun in this mode very viable. It's not going to be just the NV4 and the R3K. Alright, he's coming through here. There we go. Nice thing with the R3K, you only have to hit 2 bullets out to 30 meters in order to get a kill, like 2 bullets to the body, because we get 70 health in this mode, and this does 35 damage up to 30 meters, so pretty darn epic in that scenario. Now we're gaining some map control, we're starting to get a good feel for what's going on here. Got a little surrounded there. I don't know where that guy came from as well. Like, I feel like my teammates probably should have had my back there, but hey, you can't always rely on teammates. You sometimes need to use them as an indicator, but you can't always rely on them. Alright, this should be my next threat here. Those situations happen. They happen. A little upsetting. I felt like I should have had that guy, but I'm not gonna complain about that one. That guy just tried to boost jump up there, I think. Alright, he fell. He fell. Uh-oh. Did you see me? Oh, I don't like this positioning. I'm trying to get a line of sight as they come off spawn here, so I can pick them off as they come through. Oh, he sees me too. He was ready for me. He was ready for me. I'm not in a good position anymore. I gotta get out of here. I'm just in a situation where they are spawning over in that direction over there, and they know I'm here now, so I've just gotta... I gotta get to a more advantageous position, like up here. Again, we gotta break the glass. Okay, it's already broken. Guess you don't have to break it if it's already broken. Playing nice and tactical here. We're not camping, we're playing tactical. We're still moving around the map. We're just being methodical about how we move around the map. We're pre-aiming a lot. We're using that stock to our advantage. Don't like that situation. My aim just wasn't feeling it there, so we're going to get ourselves out of there. And basically, we're poking and prodding from different angles. We're not being super, like, overly aggressive by any means. We're moving around, but we're not being too crazy. Also, on my loadout, you'll notice I'm rocking... okay, we're just going to FTL jump here. You don't need to use FTL jump to get up to this area, but it is helpful. So here we go. Now we're getting a good flow going, but my teammate called the Warden in just as I was calling mine in, and we're getting close to the end of this game. Ah, that's a little bit annoying, but that's okay. We probably won't get a chance to call our Warden in, or at least not for long enough for it to get a lot of kills. This guy's going to be pre-aiming me, maybe? No? Again, I thought I had some teammates over here. No, okay. I guess my minimap awareness just isn't on point right now. Oh, look, we can call this in now. But I think they're shooting stuff down at this point. I think they switched to shoot down that other Warden, so... that means I shouldn't expect my Warden to stay up for very long. We gotta call our streaks in. I know, I always forget my streaks and stuff, but sometimes I'm just in the zone a little too much to worry about streaks. Are they coming through here? Yep. Alright, pick off a couple easy kills. And there we go. We ended up going 36-11. Like I said at the beginning, I had a really rough start. I didn't get things going. I want to partially blame that for, like, first game of the day. And I stuck with it, and I still did well by the end of the game. 36-11 is a very respectable game, very solid game. So don't let that kind of stuff get to you. I realize I hammer that point home like a lot when I do my live commentaries because I often do go on like little death streaks and stuff like that. Don't worry about it, just keep going with it. Basics with this, just like as a recap, stock is very important on your assault rifles. The best guns in the game for tactical TDM are going to be NV4, R3K, M1. You can use other guns, especially if you have Faraday Slug or Hollow Point on them, because headshots, I believe you get a 2.2 headshot multiplier in this, and you get an even better multiplier with Faraday Slug. So with a lot of the guns, it'll actually be a one-shot headshot at a lot of ranges, which is incredible. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really mention snipers either. Snipers are excellent in this mode. They have about the same multipliers, it seems, like the same one-shot kill areas, but the fact that people aren't boosting around all over the place makes sniping very, very easy in this mode. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time.